Chicken here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the best and the worst of the new prototypes that we have here. So, we've had these prototypes for a while, so now we kind of know what they do, what they work with, what they don't work with. And, yeah, let's just do a quick kind of overview of all of them. If you stepped away from Boom Beach for a year or a few months or so, and you're thinking, chicken, what the hell are these things? So, we got the Simo. It's going to shoot single target shots through smoke, so there's no way around the Simo unless you shock it, and it's good. It's not like the Simo's good for no ice bases because it's gonna get you intel. It's gonna get you a few diamonds here and there. It's gonna kill a few troops. It's not gonna stop a raid by itself. Next up, we have the Microwaver, and this is, in the chicken's opinion, probably on the higher end of the new prototypes. The Microwaver has the ability to see through smoke. It has a good base amount of health. And it fries basically any troops that are, it destroys anything under a tank or a heavy. So that's going to be your riflemen, your grenadiers, your Zookas, your heavies, and even your medics are going to get shredded very, very quickly by these Microwavers. So they're very deadly. Now, next we have the Sky Shield, probably the most controversial of all the new prototypes. The Sky Shield was recently changed to the shield health. The shield health itself now is supposed to go off of ice statues as well, because before you could just throw, like, you could have 10 ice statues out and 3 artilleries thrown at the Sky Shield would destroy it, which was kind of silly. So yeah, the Sky Shield is kind of, it works well. It works better with other stuff than it does on its own. Say you have a damage amp and a doom cannon and you're protecting it like with the Sky Shield, like a really nice no ice layout, then sure, that could work as well, but it's not fantastic. Now, the Boom Surprise, I'd say it's like, I'd say it's a poor man's Doom Cannon, because the Boom Surprise is, actually, I would rank it about it as on the same tier level as a Doom Cannon, because it has the same mechanics as a Hot Pot, and if you don't know what a Hot Pot is, it hides under the ground when troops become in range of it, and then it pops up, so you can't actually destroy them without attacking the base first, or using critters on it first to pull it up, and then quickly throwing all your barrage and artillery on it. And it does some massive damage, and it shoots very quickly. So it's kind of like a weaker rapid-fire Doom Cannon with Hot Pot mechanics. So it's very good against armored units. It's not going to stop your Rifle Crowd Zuka medic attacks, your Smoky Heavy Zuka attacks. The problem with the Boom Surprise is it only works well against kind of slow, spread-out armored units. It works really well against those units, but everything else is kind of okay to go around it, to overwhelm it, to go through it. And yeah, so next up we have the Flotsam Cannon. Now, the Flotsam Cannon is probably the most interesting out of all these new prototypes, and it has some really cool abilities. So, the cannon itself, it shoots a splash damage missile that does 800 damage per shot. So that's going to shred your Zookas, that's going to shred your Riflemen, that's going to shred all your squishy troops. It's going to do some noticeable damage to everything else as well. But the thing about the Flotsam Cannon is it's just a bomb. So if you have enough ice statues, then you can really dictate the way your base is being attacked, where you put these Flotsam Cannons, because if you're forcing someone to go through them, then they have to either flare away from it, or they have to spend a lot of gunboat energy at 25,000 base health to take these things out. So they're a very interesting defense. I would rank them probably right at the top in terms of prototypes. The prototypes out of the new ones, I would rank, I'm going to go number 1 with the Microwaver. I'm going to go number 2 with the Flotsam Cannon. I'm going to go 3 Boom Surprise, and then it's kind of a toss-up between Simo and Sky Shield. I'd honestly give the edge to Simo, and I'd probably rank Sky Shield at the very, very bottom in terms of the new prototypes. Maybe we'll do a tier list of all the prototypes at some point, but that's kind of what the chicken's thinking about in terms of the prototypes, guys. If you agree or disagree, make sure to let me know down below in that comment section. We got Cosmic Duo in the box, guys. Big shout out to Cosmic. And we got Critter Cannon MK2 is available at the trader. That's a new image. So let's go ahead. And what do we got on today? What the hell is today? Chicken's all messed up. Working weekends is always kind of strange. So we did a Dr. T yesterday. So today let's use more Critter Cannons, and let's just take it on a few player bases here with the time we got left today. So this will be good. We'll be able to see a Boom Surprise in action here, and we're going to be using Critter Cannons. So basically the idea is going to be something like this. Well, with the critter cannons, it's gonna, like, the whole idea of the critter cannons is you just kind of null and void all of the other defenses, because you just simply arrange them. So let's go like this. We'll get the shock knuckles going this way, and I like to use the shock knuckles with the critter cannons. We kind of talked a lot about that yesterday, so I'll leave that be for now. But you see, we got all the medics up here on Private Bullet, and we'll go like this. I'm gonna throw a shock right about there. Now, a good tip for you guys to use is, watch this. Now, everyone's going to start targeting the shock launcher soon. Or we can even, yeah, I'll let them all do this. Now, you see I throw that smoke there? All of the critters are just going to gather up in that smoke. Now, let's go like this. And look at that. Look at all the damage that they're doing. They're just shredding that shock launcher. So, that's a good tip not to use right at the start of an attack. But when you can throw out, like, look at all the value we got out of those critters. That's what you can do about halfway through. I thought I threw a shock there. Oh, the screen's not registered. That's what you can do about halfway through the raid when you're getting more value out of your shocks, like I did right there with when I could hit the machine gun, the mortar, the flamethrower, the rock launcher, the shock launcher, whatever, all within that shock. Because if your critter cannons are just shooting out critters at like flamethrowers and stuff, you're gonna see that it's taking them a very long time to get through these because they're not doing really any noticeable damage. The critters are just kind of getting thrown out, and they're getting picked off by the boom sprays. They're getting picked off by the flamethrowers very, very quickly. So basically the way around that is you kind of have to target your specific defenses. You can use Bullet in the energy drink. That works well because he's the opposite of critters, obviously. He's got a ton of health, and he does some pretty good close-up damage. But yeah, I think that's a good strategy to use at some points. Obviously, it depends on the base and everything like that, and about how far you are into your attack. But yeah, so we're about to overwhelm everybody with the critters. Now, this was a horrible shock knuckles. That I'm not going to defend, guys. That was not a good shock knuckles, but that's okay, because we got a lot of value out of the shock knuckles right at the start of the raid. Shock knuckles isn't really an ability that you're just going to keep spamming over and over and over again. It's not like any other hero ability like that. You kind of get more value out of it at the very beginning of the raid, and then it kind of tapers off towards the end. You don't really need it as much. Because it gets more expensive, it gets trickier to use without just like throwing your shocks in the ocean like we did there. So boom, there we go. That guy had 4 ice statues, and we took him down easily. And I think we only lost 2 medics for that entire attack. Now, the thing with critter cannons is your attacks are going to be longer. They're going to be a little bit longer. It's not as fun as just smashing away with Bullet and the warriors and ripping through everybody, or using your Scorcher tank, armored unit stuff, and so this is going to be good because we're also going to be able to see the Flotsam cannons here in action. So let's see what we got loaded up on this one. So let's go like this. Let's go with 2 barrages. This is a little bit overkill. Now you see I can't use the shock knuckles right there just based on where Bullet is standing. I need him to wait and turn. So now we're going to go like this. We're going to be able to clip that shock launcher and that Flotsam cannon. We got a ton of value out of that one shock, and that only cost us 3 gunvolt energy. So we'll go like this, and I'm actually just going to throw more critters out just to help keep everybody down like that. Now, look at the damage that this Flotsam cannon is doing to Bullet. And obviously Bullet is, he's pretty tough. He takes a pretty good amount of damage. So look at this. We're ripping through this base. We got all the critters. Now, unfortunately, taking down these Flotsam cannons, boom. They're also going to take out all the critters with them. Look at and they just vaporize those medics, so yeah. Flotsam cannon gets very interesting. So I just, man, I hate when that happens. That happens all the time. I go to use the ability right as the ability ran out. So let's go ahead. Let's help out the critters over here with this flamethrower. Next, I think they're going to be okay to take down the machine gun. Okay, that's going to be fine. And from here on out, I think we're going to be okay to just kind of launch a bunch of critters up over this way. Let's throw an artillery on that mortar, get that out of the way. And you see on this lower level bases, the rock launchers, yes, they are going to be shooting at the critters, but they're doing such minimal amounts of damage that doesn't really matter. Now, what would be cool, maybe it would be overpowered, is if you could heal the critter cannon critters. That would be interesting. Probably broken, but interesting nonetheless. So we'll go like this. We'll help out these critters here. And look at that, guys. Look at that. Just a barrage of critters flying in here. We didn't lose a single critter cannon of the 6 that we brought with us. And boom. Eminem goes down. Back. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to let me know what you think of the just the newest prototypes. I want to talk about that today. Not about the prototype in general. I know I compared some stuff to Doomcans, and some people may disagree, but let me know how you would rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down below in the comments. I'm very interested to see what you guys are going to say, and I'll pin the comment that's the most common if we can get that many. So let's destroy one NPC base before we sign off here. We gotta get that supply chest chicken. Boom, there we go. Give us that medal, and boom. Alright, so guys, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out.